What is up, guys? It's Brillymister here, and this is my monthly review, which I'm going to be doing monthly or preview of the behind the scenes for that month. So this is June 2019, the preview behind that. Initially, from my first looks at it and watching their video about the behind the scenes and reading through all of this, looks like it could be quite an underwhelming month for updates. We will wait and see what they deliver and how it actually turns out. But the main update that they are actually bringing out into the game, from what we can see, is the rework of the comp cape, which does seem like it's pretty cool. Their ideas that they're going to do now and they're actually bringing to the game now, I've read the development blog, are a lot better than what they originally proposed, which I didn't really think at all. Like, I thought it was a really bad idea. But what they're doing now actually sounds like it could be pretty good. They're basically kind of making the cape purely cosmetic, pretty much. But you get the utility bits from it. It's like your teleport to the max guild, your Ava's accumulator, and the summoning scrolls using less summoning energy. They're all like permanently unlocked on your account once you've got it, so you'll have them whenever, whatever you're wearing, which is pretty cool. And then the cape is basically just going to be cosmetic. They're removing the Reaper crew achievement from it, which is, I know, probably for most people quite an annoying requirement, because some of the bosses are quite elite, like high level things that not everybody has done. Like, I have definitely not got a Solak or a Telos kill. I'm sure I probably could get a Telos kill if I wanted, but Solak, I have no idea. I haven't even looked into it or anything, but not a chance. So they're removing that from the comp cape, which makes it a little bit easier for people that aren't high level PVMers to get there and actually acquire a comp cape, which is pretty good. So it makes it a little bit like, you don't have to leech if you're not very good at PVM. You don't have to go like pay to leech your Solak kill, which is pretty cool. But the stat bonuses, which were the like best in slot stat bonuses, are now linked to that achievement. So they will be, if you get that achievement, they'll be permanently unlocked on your player. So it makes that achievement, though, something that you really would want to go for if you are a PVMer, because it stacks with whatever cape you're wearing. So if you wear that and another cape, it's basically like being able to wear two capes, like a best in slot cape and then like the second best in slot cape, which means you'll get massive stat advantage over anyone that doesn't have that, because instead of it just being slightly better than wearing the second best cape, it's now like wearing the second best cape with all those stats on top. So it's going to make it even more OP, which for that just one achievement. So that is something that if you are a PVMer, you are definitely going to now want to try and grind out. They've also removed the Castle Walls requirement from the trimmed comp cape, which I can see why they did it. It was quite a boring requirement for most people, but they had already nerfed it once. Like, when it first came out, it was like 5,000 Castle Wars games, and it was like 3 months if you played 24/7 or something like that, just something stupid to do it. And there wasn't very many. It was only one guy that had the trim comp cape when it actually brought out. God, how many trim comps are there now? How times have changed. So they are removing that from that, so it'll make it a little bit easier. The next big update that they are, well, not update, the thing that they teased on here for this month is the weapon diversity beta. I've already made a video covering that on my channel, so you can go check that out if you want to see what my opinions and everything are on that. But for a brief overview of it, they are thinking of changing the weapons so that not all weapons are the same. So basically adding abilities to each weapon. I think it's going to work kind of like the set effects on like Barrow's armor or something like that kind of thing. So each weapon will have a different one and do something slightly different. One thing that I didn't mention when I did do that, because I'm not a high level PVMer and it hadn't even crossed my mind, is that it's going to make you have to take loads and loads and loads of switches, like more than you already do for high level PVM, to get the optimal setup for PVMing now, which I guess is going to be annoying for most people that do high level PVM. So that's the weapon diversity beta, kind of briefly covered. I'm not going to go too much into it because I have already covered it, so go check that out if you are interested. The next one is a 2-week in-game event, which is kind of like a prequel sort of thing to their adding of the new land in July. It's basically going to be, from what I can tell, pretty much like every other in-game event, where it's not really an event. You kind of just click on something, you AFK, and you get a bit of very slow XP, but you can then buy something with rune coins, and it's just to make them more money, isn't it? And it'll speed it up and make it a bit faster. It says here you can get double XP for 30 minutes for 45 rune coins. So I mean, if you want to get good XP, it's going to end up adding up if you want to do that for a few hours. So that's that event. There are a couple of cool unlocks from it. There are a couple that I actually really want. I quite like the Stormbreaker title, and I think the pet looks pretty cool as well. I think that's the main ones people are going to go for. The outfit, not too interested in the outfit to be honest, and the rest animation does look pretty cool, but I mean, you don't rest very often, do you really? Only when you're just kind of chilling at the max guild or something, I don't know. But that looks pretty cool, so I'm probably going to do it for the title, because that title looks pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the new hammery battle axe thing that Thor has in the Avengers film. But anyway, getting off topic there. So next thing that they have are basically two Solomon General Store things and a membership special. So you can buy some elf ears on there now, which is, I guess, you know, Fashionscape. If you want elf ears, you can now buy elf ears. Don't know why you would want elf ears, but there you go. And the other one is a membership special, which is 3 months for the price of 2, I believe it was. Which I guess is 1 month free, but I mean, it's nothing particularly great. If you want to get a really good benefit, you might as well just wait for the Premier Club to come around in January or whenever it comes around. That's when you get the best deal on it, and you get loads of other cool stuff as well. The other big thing that they have announced is RuneFest has now been announced. It'll be on the 4th and 5th of October, and it's going to be in the Farnborough Exhibition Centre, which is the same place it was held last year, which I guess makes it easier for everybody to get to, and it's a bit bigger than wherever they were doing it in London before that. Unfortunately, you cannot buy it with bonds this year, which is gutting, because I really wanted to go, and I got myself all psyched up. You know, I'm just going to buy my bonds. I don't know how much it costs, about 700 mil or something like that. You know, cool. Get to go for free, that'd be sweet. But you can't buy it with bonds this year, which sucks. So you actually have to pay for it. So I'm probably not going to be going now, because it's like 100 and something quid, and that seems like quite a lot. I'd much rather just pay with some money in game, which you can just make back by playing the game that you would be playing anyway. So it sucks that you can't buy it with bonds, but you know, life's life, I guess. And then the last thing, which is not actually coming out this month, so I'm not really sure why they put it here, but they're putting it everywhere at the moment, is the Land Out of Time, which is their big new explorable island. It's going to be coming out in July, and they're going to be putting up videos and live streams of it through June to let you know what's going on in there. But that will be coming out in July, and I think that's going to be the next big update. But for actual content for June, there's not a lot coming out in there for actual RuneScape. There's no new quests, there's not really anything. There's literally just that in-game event, which is going to be the copy and paste from every other in-game event, I imagine, and the rework to the Complicate, which I guess they must have put quite a lot of effort into, but it seems like it's gone through quite quick. Normally they talk about it and work on it for a lot longer, and from it being mentioned to actually coming in game seems like it is going to be pretty quick compared to normal. So, you know, if they're speeding up on the updates and stuff, that's pretty good. But, you know, hopefully they can just do that with like the bank rework and something that we actually really wanted, and not bring all these treasure hunter, rune coins, Solomon General Store benefits in, because 3/4 of that June update is that kind of stuff. So that pretty much summarises this. I will see you next month with the review for the July behind the scenes. Hopefully that has some more content actually coming into the game. I can already tell you it's going to have that Land Out of Time. So until next time, see ya. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you're notified of all my future content and you never miss out on anything. Thank you very much for watching. See ya.